All right.
Yes.
Yes, community. What's going on? Community Coalition Show. We
Yes.
back in this thing. K Wilson, David K, Yendi. What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up? How you living?
Y'all good? All that jazz. It's Monday.
Absolutely.
All right. So
Yes, sir.
I know Yendi got the Planet of the Stars background. All right.
Around for a while.
No,
Right,
you had the
because-
vacation background. You know, you was in Tahiti or something. You had one of them joints with Moana and them. You had all that going. Like,
Moana don't live in Mexico.
oh,
Respectful.
I know.
That's because she is our world.
Right. You're right. The world global. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She wasn't global with that little boat she had, but it's okay though. It's okay. The little boat and that little chicken, they wasn't getting around the world with that, but okay.
Man.
Oh, Olivia. I like that movie.
Hey. Let's not acknowledge it.
No,
wow.
All right.
I do love that movie. So.
It is a good movie. It is.
Great movie.
Yeah.
But we are here tonight because I had a thought and my peoples let me drive the boat this time. And hopefully I can drive it well.
All right.
So tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about okay, here's the scenario that happened within my head.
Okay.
We see it all the time online. People always say, what if there was a patent on blackness? Or we should have put a patent on blackness a long time ago so with that we could get paid. So now my question is, what if there was a patent on blackness? And every time we see something, we have an organization that we're able to report to, and they gotta pay every time.
Oh.
And and when I say pay, I mean imagine that thing with H&M where they had the coolest monkey in the jungle.
Yeah, like violations and stuff like that.
Exactly. Now, imagine, do you think that this would happen as much if they had to pay out every single time? And this is going to Black organizations, HBCUs, predominantly Black communities.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. So let's take the first part of that, because you hit some layers with us here. I think the first part of that is what if they gave money, like all these violations, infractions, stuff like that, if we had one organization that policed blackness, so to say.
Exactly.
Okay, we had a patent on blackness.
Yeah.
Black culture, meaning I'm gonna try to expand on this a little bit. So like I said, if we have a patent on Black culture, everything that comes along with that.
And I'm imagining maybe after the civil rights movement, it started.
Okay. So we got about, So if we had an organization to control and police all that, I firmly believe Black people would be the richest people on earth.
Absolutely.
And it wouldn't be close anywhere.
Right.
It wouldn't be close.
Because imagine all the things we've seen in the past that where organizations say, "Oh, sorry, we dropped the ball on that," or "Sorry, we kind of fucked up on that. We shouldn't have done that." And they just get to lay low for a little bit, and then the next week they're fine.
Yeah. So I think a lot of that would probably be eliminated.
Yeah. Because
we would control what our culture does.
Yes. And we do. That's the thing.
Wait, I'm gonna push back.
Okay. All right.
I think we may control it to a degree. We don't run it and we don't capitalize on it. We don't make the money off of our own culture, because other companies and entities own the driving forces. We talk about this all the time. For example, the music industry.
Right.
Record labels own what we do.
Right.
We rap, we sing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't own the entities that drive the money that generates from it.
Yeah.
Entertainment. We talk about this in sports all the time. The NBA, 75, 85% black, something like that. The players.
The NFL.
NFL, there's no black ownership at all. There's no, even NBA. Right. Do we have black owners either? But even it's a small margin. It's so small that we don't control it.
Right. Or not even know about it.
We don't make the money off of it. I'm pretty sure I'll even assume I'm gonna go out on a limb. The fashion industry. We don't own that either.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we push so hard. And even think about our prominent black designers they weren't the owners.
They aren't highlighted.
We rest in peace, Virgil. Virgil didn't own it. He worked for companies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got guys like Kanye, and whatever you think about him, he's still partnering with other companies like Gap to push some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. So let's say that first. Let's make that part clear. Right. As of right now, no, we do not.
No, we don't.
So if we go back, and let's say we would be able to go back in time, like you said, and now go back and own some of this stuff. And I think, and we're thinking hypothetically here. So let's say, I think what that would look like if we were to drive, I think that we would one look way more segregated than it is now. No, because think about it.
Yeah.
If we own our culture, we don't need them for anything.
Right.
If we own our culture, we own our own record labels.
Mm-hmm. We own our own we own our own companies.
We own our own
neighborhoods.
The neighborhoods, the sports leagues.
Right.
We would run all that. Mm-hmm. And that way we would generate the money. That's what I'm saying. So like if that were to happen, because if we really think about all the things our culture drives, yes, we make all the money.
Right.
So I think in having that control, now it would trickle down to there wouldn't be many infractions and violations because where would they go? Where would they capitalize on it? For example, you talk about, what was it, the Gap thing?
Mm-hmm.
They could do that because they made money off of it still.
Right.
But if we controlled it, there's nowhere for them to go to make money.
Right.
You know? So no, that stuff wouldn't happen anymore.
Right.
You know? So I know it goes layers deep than that. And as I think about it in my head, it's kind of getting to be a little fun scenario in my head right now.
Right. And this is what happened. This is where the wheels started turning. And I was like, yo, there wouldn't be like companies wouldn't be out there like acting a fool every February, like throwing out things that will intentionally make Black people mad just to catch a lick.
Yeah, because you got to come back to us eventually.
Right.
What do you think, Andy? I'm getting excited here. I don't know why.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think when they say patent on Blackness, it's from where the culture vultures.
Mm-hmm.
We steal our culture.
Mm-hmm.
We hate. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, but I think that's a big thing. So like the culture vultures, but also the culture vultures are the ones that we recognize as being vultures.
Right.
But no one talks about the major corporations that are the real vultures.
But I think if we did put a patent on the Blackness, I don't think that they would steal our culture as much.
Exactly.
How you do?
Exactly. You got to give back. You got to pay up. You might even have to pay up more because we recognize this. And hey, you guys have done this before. And you guys keep trying to do this.
That applies to everyone, not even just corporations. That applies to the Hispanic community, the white community, the Asian community. You think every time they do a hip hop dance, every time they make a rap song, people first they'll say, "Oh, you don't own it. You're gatekeeping." But everything is inspired by us.
Right. And this was my mentality when I thought of this. Like, there wouldn't be TikTok anymore. There wouldn't be a lot of stuff. There wouldn't be like a lot of stolen, like we see stolen tweets all the time. We see like stolen ideas all the time, and they all originate from Black people. And I'm saying we need to stop this, because if it keeps going on, then how are we supposed to get any credit for anything?
We could boycott, but we won't.
Well, that's the thing. So like,
I feel like every time we try to boycott, or every time we do boycott, they'll find somebody and they're like, hey, we're gonna pay you. Come over here, just be on camera for a little bit. We'll pay you, and we'll be good.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, if we're looking at this, like, okay, if we're trying to take this now to a realistic standpoint, to do anything like this, every Black person would have to be on board with it. It would have to be a complete unified front, right?
Yeah.
Because again, if you have the outliers, if you can infiltrate, they're going to infiltrate.
Right. So, and that was one part that I definitely knew that was going to be a factor of why we wouldn't be able to do this. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, continue. And now in 2022, no. I think we could begin to make strides. There are a lot of things we could do to really start taking control.
Right.
For example, I mean, I'll go back. I was watching the NBA All-Star Weekend this past.
Right.
And if you look at everything that happened, all the events, the people that were there, that was everything but Black events. All the music, the performers, culture, the athletes. That it damn near looked like the BET Awards.
Right.
Like, that was NBA All-Star Weekend. The who's who of Black culture was there.
Yeah.
And it was a big party. It was a big celebration.
Right. And not only that, they had performances throughout.
That's what I'm saying. It was all culture.
Right.
Performances, celebrity show. They did a whole little couples game with Black celebrity couples and stuff.
Right.
Like, it was a...
We got to check.
Yeah. So I'm like, in theory, why couldn't we go do that over here on our own?
Exactly.
Why do we need the NBA entity to do that? You're going to tell me there's not enough Black sponsorship dollars, or why do we need the NBA? Our culture was just imprinted in everything they just did. All they did was just put their name on it.
Yeah.
Well, who would take their money and start a league for Blacks?
We have one. We actually do have one of those. It's called the Big Three. But it's Ice Cube, a few other notable NBA players that have some have retired and some have.
But that's the thing. It's different. It's different. One is 3-on-3 basketball. No, take the same 5-on-5 concept, the same players. The Big Three is different because half of them they're retired. They're older.
Yeah.
Nah, go get Bron and them, and go just take if all you have to do is just take the NBA name off of it and put in Black business name here.
Exactly.
But you'd have to have everybody on board to do that. But that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that we could do that we don't need them for.
Yeah.
We don't need them for, really. You're gonna tell me we could if we wanted to. Businesses are the same thing. You can't tell me our best and our brightest music heads and execs couldn't start their own record label.
Right. Where they give out realistic deals to where you can actually where pretty much you won't get screwed over.
I mean, I ain't even saying all that. Screw each other over. It's Black owned. like
who would be our best to do that?
Go get Jay-Z.
Yeah. You're not doing it.
But that's what I'm saying. But
they won't do it.
But that's the thing. So I'm not saying that people aren't capable. We have capable entities out here. Will they do it? No, they won't do it. They won't do it now.
That's the question that we should ask. why are they not doing it? Like, why isn't Jay-Z out here doing something like that? Or why isn't Beyonce starting a label?
Well, we do have a lot of Black-owned record labels.
I was just about to say there are some Black-owned record labels. They're not as major as
and that's the thing.
That was another thought. Like, the reason that maybe people won't do this is because there's already a head start from everybody else. And so, like, what would you like? Why would I come over here when these people are offering me not only more, but
take intent out of it right now.
Okay.
Take the intent. We know they're not going to do it.
Right.
I'm talking about the sole capacity to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There is enough Black dollars right now. Mm-hmm. If we came together, we have the resources to do it. That's what I'm saying. It's not so we know they're not going to do it. They're not doing it. Haven't done it by now. But just the fact that, let's say the light bulb went off tomorrow,
mm-hmm.
They could. Now, there's a lot of reasons why you probably wouldn't. And I'll be honest, the way the business is structured right now in this country, okay, just because I have $1 billion doesn't mean I want to spend $1 billion and take a chance on something.
Right.
Well, why? Why not? Why not?
So I could be a billionaire.
Because
so I could stay a billionaire.
But that's the thing. So, like, the way things work right now, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but think about it. I've worked hard to accumulate this wealth. People aren't so freely or free willing to give it up on a chance. For example, how many would any of us go out right now and put our whole paycheck on a potential rap artist? Right now. Take your whole check. This guy looks like he has potential. I'm going to take my whole paycheck right now and I'm going to put it into him.
If I was in the music industry, I would.
If I had the resources.
No. Stop. No. I love y'all. Ooh. Take your current paycheck.
I honestly would. And that's because I've been there. Why not? If I feel like this person has what it takes to make it, why not take a chance?
So that means you wouldn't pay your rent. You wouldn't pay your bills. Everything you have right now, and go put that.
You ain't say all of my paycheck.
I said no. That's it. Take your whole paycheck right now.
Yeah.
My whole paycheck means just one paycheck.
Take your whole paycheck. That's what I'm saying.
Whole salary.
No. How about take your whole annual salary from last year?
But if you think about it, if I had money like that, I don't have money like that. So that's a risk. I would take a chance, but I don't have money like that. But if I had the funds, I would do it. I mean, I wanted to do that with no-name fashion designers out here. I said, when I get to a certain spot, I was going to take the risk and invest in these designers because why not? They're not getting a chance. And I have the money, I have the resources, so why not?
Right.
I hear that, but
I think that's the problem in our community. We're not willing to take the risk. I think sometimes we forget where we came from. We have the money, we have the resources, but why not?
But what about those people that are already spending millions of dollars in philanthropy and charitable contributions?
Are they actually going to the places that?
Are they going to Africa? Because I swear that's where a lot of them send the money to is Africa. Africa is trying to
I'm talking about our current black rich people right now.
They always put that money into Africa.
That's not true. That's not always true.
Beyonce, you think they built a school in Africa? They gave water to Africa, so they're over.
Hold on. Because you know why they do that though? Because a lot of them have to do that so that they don't have to pay taxes.
No, it's write-offs and things like that. But no. But we're not talking about. Well, what about all the things they do here?
What do they do here? Please tell me. That's a serious question because I follow the careers of those. I need to know, what did they do?
Jay-Z does a lot of stuff that he doesn't tell people he does.
What does he do?
He just who's court fees and funeral arrangements and stuff did they pay for recently?
Oh, there was was it King Von?
One of them,
not King Von.
Meek. They pay for Meek.
So when
it comes to people like, But Jay and them, they do a lot of charitable stuff, but also too.
Because I remember when Meek was locked up, and I didn't hear about Jay-Z. I heard about
but exactly, that's my thing. So when people do stuff, we just don't hear about it. We don't know any better.
Yeah.
Does that make it right or wrong? And also, for someone in business, I'm sorry, I don't want you to count my money. I don't care how much money I have. I don't want you to count my money.
But if you think about what Jay-Z came from, I mean,
so when is enough for people?
I mean, I don't really hear too much about him doing really much of anything in Brooklyn.
Because he doesn't want you to hear about it.
I think that's exactly why.
But if he's doing it, where is it?
But we may not see it though.
We're definitely not gonna see it.
There's a lot of things I do. I don't tell people I did it.
The mentoring for young Black men in Brooklyn, because I don't see him doing it.
Yeah, and I could put my money behind it, but I'm saying if you really research,
we may not see it, but he's probably doing it.
I mean, we don't see a lot of what LeBron does, but we know what LeBron does because.
And first of all of them have to spend money at some point. I don't care if it's tax purposes or not. So if I have $1 billion and I give out 100 million, when is enough?
All I'm saying is, if they are doing what they're doing in the community, we don't hear about all of what LeBron does in the community, but we see change. Jay-Z, you say that he doesn't advertise what he does in the community. Yeah, I'm not really seeing too much change in Brooklyn. Shaq,
we don't. Brooklyn is a different place than it was 10 years ago.
But that's because they're gentrifying Brooklyn and bringing more white people.
That's true.
But we don't hear a lot about what Shaq does in Newark. But Shaq is making changes in Newark. He's built a lot of buildings in Newark. He built a whole children's center for the kids. So it's just like, if Jay-Z is out here doing it, we would see change. I'm just asking, like, what is he doing? That's a serious question, because I don't really see.
I know a lot of what he's doing. First of all, I mean, in business alone, they've given a lot of opportunities and jobs and stuff for people just employed through business. You don't get to be a billionaire for no reason, and you don't keep it all either. So I think
I'm thinking about where he came from, because like I don't hear about him mentoring the young Black men in Brooklyn.
You think you think he's on boots on the ground mentoring people though?
But I mean, you should. Why not?
Do you think Jay-Z right now has time to spend mentoring kids?
He should.
How? Do you know what mentoring looks like? That's a 30-hour a week job.
You dropped any albums lately? Because I ain't hear them.
That's not enough. From someone, okay, I used to run mentor programs. I'm gonna tell you right now, dropping in one time is not mentoring.
But if you have time, why can't he make the time to do it? He could take time to mentor young kids. There are a lot of people who take the time. Look at Oprah, she does it.
How often does Oprah do it?
She does it a lot, actually.
Does Oprah do it 30 hours a week?
She even brings those young ladies to her
30 hours a week.
Oprah does a lot of
more effective mentor, but we don't know what he does. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna say.
I'm just saying I haven't seen anything that he's done. That's why I'm asking. Like,
but have we researched it though?
I did.
I think that's the thing. We're not supposed to. A lot of
people ask that question. Like, a lot of people ask, well, what does Jay-Z and Beyonce have so much money? But what are they doing? What are they investing the money in? That's why I was.
Sean Carter Foundation assisted eligible students facing social and economic hardships through college.
That's right. They are sending kids
through the United Nations in New York City. That's one. So we're talking about working with the UN, helping kids through college. That's not small.
And LeBron's doing the same thing. I know that.
He's always given money. Hurricane Katrina relief. That was $1 million right there.
Hurricane Katrina. That was poverty porn. Everybody gave to Hurricane Katrina.
But did we give $1 million?
I don't know how much everybody gave, but a lot of people gave a lot of big money to Hurricane Katrina.
But that's what I'm saying. So we're out here giving. How can we judge one giving over another?
All I'm saying is I don't see. You said there's just a lot that we don't see, and I said I don't see their return in Brooklyn. Like I said, they're changing Brooklyn, but that's bringing the whites.
Another $1 million COVID Relief Foundation in Brooklyn.
I Are they seeing the money? That's the question. I'm asking our Brooklyn people. Are y'all seeing this money?
But that doesn't mean that they know.
They would know.
They should.
How?
Know, at least.
I'm saying, like,
wait. No. That means we don't know how business operates. No, it's not that cut and dry when it comes to business and how you give. It's not.
But I'm saying we can see in North, they see, they are.
But what if I don't want you to know what I do? I can give money and I'll put my name on it.
So you want to be an anonymous donor?
I do it all the time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand that. Yes,
I do. I don't want to put my name on everything I do.
But where's the change? Because it's not changing.
We don't know. And also,
change doesn't happen in a day.
And it doesn't either.
But it's been the same for a long time. Like, where's the change? I just see them changing, but it's driving the Blacks out of the community.
But also, now we're putting change on Black people on one person right now. Is that fair?
One person. That was the person that we used for the example.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, but that's what I'm saying. So
why we can't, if you are somebody who is famous and you see that there's a group of young people out here struggling and they're trying to make it big, why can't you take a risk on them in your own community?
But so
well, one reason is because you're not, I mean, it's a selfish reason, but you're not going to see the return on investment.
No, it's not. Maybe not that. That's one group of kids. What about the several 100 million others?
If I had it,
and I think it's easy for us to say that because we don't have it.
Right.
I do it now when I don't have it.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, once we get on the other side of the fence, there's things that are being done. We may not see the return. You may not see it right now. It may be planting seeds for 10 years later. We don't know. Right. So my thing is, I think it's easy to point at people with money and say they should be doing more. But when is enough enough? We don't know that. I'm looking at three sentences right now.
So
that's $300 million right there in 3 sentences.
We're talking about investing more in our communities and stop buying and supporting white businesses. And hey, let's remove the Blacks out of the NBA. But you just said it yourself. You would not, when you asked me about would I take a risk on somebody out here and spend my whole money? Like, why would you, an NBA player making billions in the NBA, leave that to go join a Black league where they're not even surviving yet?
And that's why I said it. That's why I said it wouldn't happen.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So when do we take the risk? How can we preach support our businesses and support, and we need to start thinking about ourselves and then say in the same breath, oh, well, I wouldn't take a risk. Like when do we, like, how does it work?
And that's why I said this is not going to happen until every Black person decides to be on the same page.
Well, that means we all got to decide to take a risk.
And that's the thing. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with that. Yeah. But my thing is, there are risks being taken by some people. And that's why I'm just not going to put it on the rich people all the time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just going to put it on them all the time because there are things being done, but we all could be doing something too.
Right.
Right now, they're the ones with the most. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, but
we put it all on the rich white people. Why not put it on rich Blacks too?
I don't put it all on rich white people.
It takes a village.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like,
I think that's the moral of the story. It takes a village, but there are people not willing to be a part of the village.
Be a part of the village.
I want to be a part of the village too, but see, you see, like Jeff over there, he ain't down with it because he doesn't want to mess up his paycheck.
I take the risk.
And that's the thing. I think we do take risks. I think we should take risks. The way things are structured right now, that's the problem.
Yeah,
it's not structured for us to take the risk.
Right.
Because eventually, even for that, we got to keep coming back to them.
Yeah, and I think you're right about we do take the risk, But at the same time, like once, like especially now, once you see that once they see that someone's taking a risk and trying to do something to change the narrative, they will come and say, "What? Hey, what are you doing over here?" "Oh, I'm working on this." Yo, look at this guy over here taking a risk.
And and
not only that, but at the same time, like you're laughing at it, but once it starts actually making a difference, they say, "Oh, no, we can't have you doing this," and they'll do anything to stop it.
Yeah, but also too, I know we're putting money on this, but like there's other risks to take too outside of the money.
Right.
And I think that's why I think this is multi-layered. It's a lot of different things that can be getting done right now. Mm-hmm. You know, like for example, just the fact of just not doing that, not hating.
Right.
Like that's part of the unity thing too, where it's like, if we can't come together with our own thoughts and concepts, how are we going to get anything off the ground, even if the resources are there? I think we see a lot of that too. I think we do see a lot of resources, but like you were saying, Yendi, sometimes we squander the money because we're not on the same page at the community level, the planning level, the organization level. We were just having the same conversation about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I think the other end of the spectrum. Now we got questioning, where's the money going with them? They got real estate property all over the places. We know that's happening, but then now they can't produce reports about where they're spending the money. Right. So that's a prime example of the other side of the fence here. The resources are there to do a lot, but what are we doing with it? So it sucks in these conversations, and we're like, and I know it's like kind of spinning wheels because it's like it's like, what the hell are we doing?
There's no end.
Yeah,
there's no end to it. But at the same time, like I would like to, man, when I thought of this question, I was thinking, I honestly thought, hey, if we can all get on the same page, if we could all like be on a united front and say, hey, we're not fucking with these people. We're not fucking with these people. We're fucking with us. And let's move forward.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It does.
Yeah.
I know. And that's why I say, okay.
And sadly, it's unrealistic.
Well, I mean,
go back to the rich people again. They can invest in a lot of these smaller Black businesses and give people a chance because it has to start somewhere.
And yeah, I think we could come up with. I think if we come up with a plan, a course of action, like it may not be the snap of the finger, but there may be things that we can do over a period of time. 10 years, we could be at some point. 20 years, we should be at this point. I do think there's ways we can, if we don't change it completely, let's say it doesn't get to the point where we have our own Black organization, we control the Blackness, but we should have a better share of where our culture is going. We should have a better grasp. That should happen. That should have already happened. Honestly, we can control that, even with the structures we have now, like where we put our Black dollars at the small level. That is a big deal, because we could drive out a lot of places that are digging in our culture if we just supported Black businesses. Example, we were talking about the hair and stuff. What was a couple pods ago?
I was even thinking about just this past week where there was the book about when we were doing Black Men Read, and I forgot who it was, but they read a book about Black dollars and keeping the money in the Black community.
Yeah. Like there's stuff like that, like the hair stuff, the beauty industry. Prime example of this. We spending how much $1 billion industry? And we were searching for a Black company that does this. We were searching.
Right.
We finally found one. But no one turned their focus on them. Imagine if we turn our focus on them and they control that industry now. That's a big change right there alone. There's a big shift. That's a huge monumental shift in an industry.
Right.
That is something that can be done right now.
Right. And not only that, people are looking for it.
Yeah, that technically could. And even if we don't, let's say we don't put all our dollars. Imagine a 75% of us who yes, huge significant deal.
Right.
So it's like there's so many things that could be done right now that we could get a better handle on.
Absolutely.
Like I said, the music side, we talk about this all the time, David. Like all the independent artists out there are, Black-owned companies and stuff. Like we used to see them,
Right.
Remember back in the days of No Limit, Cash Money, like TDE is still Black-owned, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
shout outs to Top.
Like stuff like that is still around, We'd have to get a better control of the executives and stuff like that, but we could in theory start rolling with them.
Right.
Cut out the Viacoms and cut out the Sonys. We could.
Right.
So that's stuff like that. Yeah. So I think, I'm gonna go back to the fun part. I do think it would be fun. I just imagine like policing that. This is what I keep thinking about.
Yeah, and see, this is what I kept going back.
We're gonna have niggas rolling up on people like
exactly
like the goons.
Yeah, like you see somebody doing the TikTok dance. What you doing over there? Nah, pay up.
Every time you do it.
Exactly. Is that what?
You get served every time.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine going on like TikTok and seeing like one of the culture vultures doing a TikTok dance, and you see them starting to get like appearances.
Pay a fine. Yeah.
Nah, pay up.
Will we want them to just pay, or do we want to shut them down?
Let's do both.
Both for shut them down.
Yeah, because even if they pay the fine, some people will be willing to.
What's stopping them from doing it again?
They would pay the fine to keep it moving and go back to it. Some people would do that if they're making enough money, because that means they could still potentially profit off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to pay a fine. I pay a little fine, keep it moving. We know how we do that all the time.
Right. And imagine
people get speeding tickets all the time and go back to speeding.
Imagine a company being like, "Hey, keep doing your thing. We'll pay those fees. Just keep going."
Yeah. And that's what they would do. Like the company would probably pay the fine for them.
And I'm sure that's happening today.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why policing would be such a big deal. But I do think like if we had, especially like imagine if we started this now and over a period of a generation, how much we can control it. It would cut down a lot of this madness.
Exactly.
I think we would also be able to control also not even just the infractions, but also who's infiltrating the culture too.
Yeah,
we got to tighten up on the background checks.
Tighten them ropes up.
Yeah, we got to start doing checks. Hey, who's you, fam? Nah, run that.
Right.
And
imagine like, oh, who referred you? Okay,
yeah.
we gotta check them.
And
also we gotta check if they know you.
I think it would be serious. I think even outside of business too. I know we're talking about like the money and the fine stuff, but like
go even further than that, or go deeper than that. Go like look at your friends.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it goes down to even like education.
Right.
I think education will be a huge shift in those situations. Because think about it, not only are you finding infractions, but now you driving the culture and the education of history and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that alone.
Right.
Now
like you imagine how many. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, imagine in school, the violation is, hey, you're not teaching this right.
Right.
You're not teaching Black history right now. No, you need to include X, Y, Z and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a big part of that too.
Right. Like imagine I come back to a school or I come back to my high school and I say, hey, how come you guys didn't teach us about Black Wall Street?
Yeah. Or what it would do, like I said, imagine over culture for generation. Now you start including that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want the penalties. You don't want the infractions. Now you got to start including, this needs to go here now because we control that now.
Right.
We have say-so in this stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Think about our communities. Nah. We coming up over here now. We over here now. We in this neighborhood now.
Hey, why'd you arrest this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he was exactly. And I'm like thinking about it on that level too.
That's
and
what I'm saying. Yeah, like to have control over these things, or even if it is this, you know what? We all gonna be in this neighborhood over here.
Mm-hmm.
We have all we police this. We got our own over here. We good.
Mm-hmm.
We good over here.
Right.
That changes. Yeah, those things, jobs, all that stuff. You know, it goes back to what, like I said, the concept like Black Wall Street,
right,
and what could have been with those communities, the ones in Philadelphia, stuff like that, the ones that they burned down and destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the beginnings of that kind of was.
Right. Tulsa.
You know? Yeah, Tulsa. That's what I say. Yeah, Tulsa. Imagine if we had major cities. Let's say Atlanta. Okay, let's say we took Atlanta, and that was our capital, Atlanta. Kind of is now, but imagine if we really had the power in Atlanta.
Right.
The enforcement, the neighborhood, the community. Imagine if other cities started popping up like that. You know? Well, yeah, that's what they feared.
Right.
That's what that was. They knew. They knew if we start getting busy like that, it's a wrap for them.
Absolutely.
We control the economics in this region right here. All this, the police, the school, the hospital, the businesses, everything.
Not only that, but like I think about sports. Like, you know, that in the Negro leagues, like there were people that had more home runs than like in the white league. And they're like, oh, man.
My grandfather played in the Negro leagues. Yes.
Man.
Like, okay, I tell a story. Matter of fact, rest in peace, Sam Jones, who I just, I saw him on TV yesterday.
Man.
Sam was telling a story. He's from North Carolina. Hey, the blacks would play first. They would play basketball and stuff. They would play baseball and stuff. And when they left, the white kids would play. When the white kids left, the black kids, but segregation. But then they would meet up behind the bleachers in secret, the black kids and the white kids, and talk to each other. Some of the white kids. So imagine you got Sam Jones, was NBA Hall of Famer, one of the greatest 75 players of all time. Was friends with a guy named Sonny Jurgensen, who used to be the Washington football team with the Commanders, whatever they call, old quarterback. These guys in the same neighborhood. And they started talking, what if we could play together? And like sometimes they were like black kids, like, nah, they were smoking their boots for him. Right. So like we didn't need that. So imagine if you had the numbers, the sport, like I said, all those things, we kept it in-house. We're starting to see that now with the HBCUs and the football teams and recruiting college football. The players are starting to go back to the HBCUs.
Right.
Look what Deion Sanders and them is doing.
Right.
They getting the top recruits who would used to go to the other big schools. Now they're coming back to HBCUs.
Right. Like you can go to Ohio State or you can go to Morgan.
It could be the dude over here. Right. And they're starting to do that. And they're starting to generate money for the school. Revenue. They got TV, they're getting TV deals and stuff now.
Right.
And everyone else is big mad.
I know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so we start to piece this stuff together. We start doing that stuff now. That's what I'm saying. In 10 years, college football could look a lot different.
Right.
It could look real different. Especially when the recruits start going, the money starts going back too. That could look different, So,
and a great example, we saw what happened with the Ball brothers. They went and started their own. Well, did they start their own league?
Yeah.
They kind of started their own league just so that their brother can like show for a year and be like, okay, now you're good. I mean, people kind of forgot about what you did. Come on into the league.
Yeah, like you need to play for a little bit. Just play over here real quick. We're gonna set this up. We ran a gym over here real quick. Like, and we're so black people are so creative in a lot of the measures that we have to go through to get things done.
Absolutely.
And so when I think about this scenario, I think about imagine the creativity that would drive a lot of this stuff too. It would be fun. It would be fun to see. So
I just really wanted to. The reason I asked this question was because I wanted to get you guys, and the reason I had said this last week, and I didn't let you guys know about the topic off rip was because I kind of wanted you guys raw reactions.
Yeah.
Just so that we could actually talk it out.
Yeah.
That was really the reason. And I very much appreciate you guys letting me do that.
No, we appreciate that. Was a good question, So I mean, it's layered.
It is. It's very
it's layered.
Especially now that we're actually talking it out, we see how layered it is.
Yeah.
Or how layered it could be.
Yeah. But it's good. It's good conversation to have. It's all good.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So I know we chugging along. We got Bob's and Karen's.
Yep. You want me to go through the other ones before you say yours?
Yeah.
Because I know you got.
It's a story.
Okay. And I'm guessing this one happened to you?
Yeah, this happened this morning.
Okay.
This was this morning. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we got. Okay, Texas. This one's kind of funny, but also kind of stupid. Texas trooper caught smoking weed he confiscated. And he not only that, he has a history of doing this. That they found that he was doing this and it never made it to the evidence locker.
So he's pretty much robbing people for their weeds. He's jamming them up, taking their weeds.
Right. That's foul. And let's see. Ooh. Oh, the other one was rest in peace to Kurt. Was it Reinhold? Because I think he was killed by police because there was a no-knock warrant.
Oh, yeah.
They really got to stop those.
Even if you're going to do a no-knock, you got to shoot though.
Right, because he thought they were breaking in, and he didn't.
The same reaction.
Right. What do you do when you think someone's about to break in? You try to defend yourself.
Don't they use Bertha to get inside the little?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I really think that's part of it, though. I think that it's by design.
Right.
Knowing that you're doing something, knowing you're getting a certain response from people.
Right.
Okay.
You can't expect to just bang into somebody's house and they not react.
Yeah. Right. They know a reaction's coming and they know they can respond to that reaction.
Right.
Come on now. That's common sense. I don't care whose house you break it in, you're gonna get a reaction. No one's standing there okay.
I grab a pipe every time I hear a noise at the door.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Kenny, please.
Oh, before we do that, we gotta shout out to Bob that got donkey slapped. And what restaurant was that? Was that Cracker Barrel or something? Did y'all see that video? I guess he kept calling dude nigga, and dude slapped him 25 times.
Yeah, I remember that.
See that.
Yeah.
The most
great. It was great.
Most disrespectful slaps. Beat him to the ground.
He breaks.
But my thing is, dude kept getting up. He kept coming back for more.
Mm-hmm.
He was like Terminator Bob. He just kept coming back.
Terminator Bob. Oh, man.
And that's the frustrating thing. People like that. That's what I'm saying. Yes, he slapped him 25 times. But dude clearly didn't learn the lesson.
Right.
It's the beating was ineffective.
It's gotta be the drugs.
It might have been something, yo.
Hey, you know what's sad about that? He's gonna feel it. Eventually, he's gonna feel it.
But I don't know if he learned the lesson. I feel like that guy would go back and call another person a nigger. I feel like he would do that.
Right.
And keep getting beat on, thinking that the police are gonna save him.
Right.
And eventually, it might work. That's the scary part.
Mm.
It may not have worked that time, but that would work at some point. That works for them.
Yeah. But what I will say is, go ahead, try that. Go ahead, try that shit in Oakland.
But I mean, I think he would. I think there's some out there who they don't care where they are. They don't care who they're talking to. They gonna do what they do.
Right. But eventually, they'll run into somebody that doesn't ain't for play.
Well, yeah, dude wants to put play. He beat him down. But then here we go. Again, goes back to the old thing. I beat him down. Under the current laws, I'm in trouble. He go to Oakland. Somebody gonna put a cap in him. They getting locked up.
Yeah.
He's still roaming around doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He don't get no consequences. Ass whippings heal. But we locked up. We jammed up.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, they'll take a beating. A beating is temporary. You in jail forever now. Who wins? We didn't win. It might have felt good, but now you behind bars.
Yeah.
Sucks, man. It sucks. Yes. Yes. He deserved all that. You know? So it's like, we still don't get justice. We still don't get fair shake.
Right. We still don't get that peace.
We don't. There's no peace because I got to live with the repercussions. And I forgot where I was saying this too. People don't understand too, like, fighting charges is expensive and stressful.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't get to walk away if you got to go court cases and stuff like that. Lawyers aren't cheap. You know, so even if you fight it and you win, you in the hole.
Yeah.
Like, court case it's a lot. So yeah, it sucks. That's what I'm saying. I think about it sucks because, like, he deserved it. He deserved all of it.
Right.
Damn it. So yeah. I just hope dude who gave the beat down, I don't know his name, but homie was getting in. I just really hope that he doesn't have to deal with that bullshit. I hope he doesn't have to catch charges. I hope he don't get arrested. I hope he don't go through all that. Leave that man alone. Let him be. Just leave it alone. I hope they just leave him alone.
Right. And it's sad because a lot of these people are defending themselves.
Yeah. I didn't see it before. Was he defending himself? Was dude approaching him?
I think so, yeah.
He was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you get your ass beat then. Okay.
Yeah,
like I said,
he kept in his face saying it.
Right.
And the dude was being very patient because he didn't strike him. And it wasn't like he was like doing, he bop. I mean, he was very patient because he was letting it ride for a few N-words and then
yeah.
the last N-one.
Yeah. Yo, you get slapped down to the ground though. You know how hard you got to slap somebody to knock him down to the ground like that? He got that Dave Chappelle joint, that Rick James Charlie Murphy joint. I think it's in the face.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy, man.
Yeah. So I had to bring that up real quick. So I do want to tell y'all the story. Again, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I can't make this up. Indy, I was supposed to call you back this morning. I'm sorry, but I had to go through this real quick.
I was at work anyway.
I know. So I was at the hotel, stayed at the hotel last night. I'm out here in Virginia, of course, where I was. So it was a rough situation. So when I came in, I was wearing, I had a little my tie-dye hoodie on. You've seen a tie-dye hoodie before. Nothing serious, right? So when I came in that night, I had it on. So this morning I was leaving. I was going to check out. On my way out this morning, I wasn't wearing the hoodie. I had it on my back. I had it like wrapped around my bag, So long story short, I get in the elevator. So older Bob and Karen already in the elevator. So here we go. Immediately, I don't say nothing. It's early. I get in the elevator. I'm holding my bag. I'm facing the door. I ain't got nothing for nobody. I got no conversation. I'm tired too.
Right.
So, you acknowledge people when you get in the elevator. I give them a little head now. How you doing? I'm done after that. Bob, I guess trying to be funny, comes out of his mouth and says, "Oh, I see you got your baby blanket with you." Oh, he's talking about my hoodie. Oh, okay. So he trying to be funny. First of all, that hoodie not cheap. I mean, I don't want to tell you how much it cost, but it wasn't a cheap hoodie.
Right.
2, I'm minding my business. Leave me alone. But I see what he's trying to do.
Right.
See what he's trying to do. So they kind of standing behind me. I can kind of see him out the corner of my eye. They watching me. He's checking me. Like, just leave me alone. So I guess his wife, she kind of, I guess she saw what he was doing. So she tried to come and be the nice guy. Try to chime in, you know? So they he's trying to start conversation. Oh, where you from? You staying here? I'm on my way out. I got some business in the area. Oh, what do you do? So by that time, we had the bottom level elevator opens. So I'm trying to get going. I'm walking out, and they kind of like, I can see that we go in the same place, you know? So as I'm leaving the lobby, I went to check out though. So I handed the lady my keys, you know, the key cards and stuff. So I guess they're kind of doing the same thing. So now they kind of standing next to me, you know, at the hotel lobby.
Right.
So it was the same lady that I had checked in with. I had talked to her. We had sparked up a conversation. So as I'm leaving, she says to me, you know, because I'm in the middle of a book. She said, "Oh, did you finish writing your book?" Because I told her when I checked in, you know, I'm just hanging out for the night. I got to try to finish writing my book. I got to get things going, you know. So she said to me, "Oh, well, did you finish writing your book?" I said, "Yeah, I got everything done. I got what I needed done." You know, who's listening?
Bob and Carrie.
Bob and Karen.
What was their reaction?
Oh, they were shocked. So here comes Karen. So as I'm turning again to leave, I had to open them. I saw because I'm like, I turned to them to leave. So, oh, you're a writer? Yes, I am. I have 2 bestsellers working on my 3rd. And they were shocked, eyes wide open. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Get the fuck out of my face.
I bet it is. Peace.
It was the best FU moment that I didn't have to say. Because I could tell they were judging me. The little baby blanket comment and stuff, they were judging me. You know, but I saw how fast it turned when they thought I was somebody of value. Nah, F you. Nah, I'm not talking to you. I got better things to do. They were trying to pick at me so hard.
Right.
So hard.
And you came out on top.
Yeah, nah. See, you don't know who you, and that's the one thing, y'all. You don't know who you talking to sometimes.
Right.
You know? Like, and when I got in the car again, I'm frustrated because they wouldn't leave me alone. I'm paying them no mind. I don't care who you are. I don't care. But they were so fascinated with the black man. So fascinated. They had to say something. Pick. Try to spark a conversation. That's all that was. They were curious. That's what happens. And it happens to me all the time. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm some large black man. I don't know. Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to be left alone. Here come Bob and Karen. Oh, Bob and Karen. Like,
also in Virginia, so you know.
I know. I know. That's what I was like. I can't say I'm Virginia, yo. Stuff be happening in Virginia.
Yeah.
But it was just a prime example of like they really need us. Not just for the other things, but just out of sheer like
validation,
curiosity. I've never sought out one of them to have a conversation like that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure y'all haven't either. We just in the elevator to start talking. We be minding our damn business.
I hate when they don't think before they speak.
Yeah.
Right.
The lady in my doctor's office, she's notorious for that. She was pissing me off. I'm like, you must be a hoot at the Christmas party. I'll be telling the Spanish girl every time, stay woke, sis. Yeah. I want there.
Like, I don't know. It's just it's curious, fascinating to me sometimes. Like almost like I think about it, like they go out their way to mess with us. We see the examples all the time. They really go out their way. They make it their business. They put time and effort into messing with Black people.
Yeah.
Sick. Go do something. Go to the winery or something. Get out my face. And go do something with yourselves.
You know, that reminds me when you said a winery, that reminds me of a Bob encounter I had like 2 years ago when I was at the winery and I had my curly wig on. And the Bob felt as though it would be okay to come touch my hair. And it was like one of those kinky wigs. So his hand got stuck in there. And then he was like, why don't you comb your hair? Oh my God.
How about you not touch the hair?
But that's what I'm saying. They really go out their way. And then like you did something wrong. Comb your, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're referring to. You have no idea what this is over here.
Why are you touching people?
Right.
But that goes back to that colonizer mentality. That goes back to being the Borg, like I said before in Star Trek. The need to just take over and consume everything. If I don't understand it, I'm gonna go. I don't care. I have this right. It's almost like this audacity. This. They feel like they have the right to do all this stuff. And how dare you do something against what I'm trying to do? Like I said, he touching your hair, talking about you need to. You don't even know what you just touched.
Right.
You could have got a swift hand to the face.
But again, all that. But it just the so
professional because you're surrounded by all these Caucasians and you just like, Lord, pray for me.
And you in a bad situation right there. If you had to give him the elbow at the winery by yourself,
I would have been in jail.
But bro would have left with a broken nose.
But they know that too. But again, nose heel. And they know that stuff and they use it to their advantage. They know. Like if I ain't want to pop him in the elevator real quick, I left him in there sleep. Come about a bit. It would take a couple seconds to find him too. Could have. I know where I was. I thought about it for a second. Like if I give him this swift elbow in here, I mean, he had to give him the elbow. My bag was heavy. All I do was turn my bag and bust him with my bag. He was so old.
My bad.
He would have fell over, dislocated his hip or something.
Right.
You can easily shut a Bob down.
Yeah.
They off the walls. They don't expect.
Right.
And sometimes I'm good with that. I didn't have anything this morning. I had nothing.
Right.
Nothing. I was so busy trying to leave. Amari, I was running late, trying to hurry up and go. So I really was like tunnel. I had no gun back. I ain't have nothing. I was just like, leave me alone. And it just saw how it switched up. Like,
yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, funny. It's funny how so again, had to get that out. Gotta love Bob's and Karens, man. They get them damn nerves.
Yes, man. Well, y'all don't forget we are sponsored by the Black Score Media Network.
Yeah. Well, hold on. First though, we gotta shout out some peoples.
Oh,
yeah,
we do.
So I actually want to shout out somebody who is near and dear to my heart as my Tyrone Cole's person of the week. And this person is working with young girls and actually works, actually runs a Girl Scout troop.
Who are you talking about?
No, I don't know. I'm talking about this person named Yendi. You might know her.
I was like, wait, she working with young girls? That's what's up.
Oh,
I do work with those nuggets. I work hard.
I was thinking about that. And, talking about resources, I definitely bought some Girl Scout cookies.
I know. I support you. I support you. I appreciate you.
We got to support each other. Now,
right.
Now, I'm going to support you. And then, so with that being said,
you need me to support your daughters?
No, David. I got some Girl Scout cookies, 2 for $10. What's up?
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up? I actually have a person this week. I want to shout out Mr. Kenneth Wilson.
Oh Lord, we doing this? Okay.
Because I was able to write my part of the book. And not only that, you really helped me with fleshing out what I needed to say. And
was it me though? Was it me?
It was. Please. We need some applause for this man, because this man is really putting me on.
I mean, well, I will say this, we can try to provide opportunities for each other, right? And I try to do that. I really do. I try to, first, I go to my peoples, I try to provide opportunities, but it also takes you taking advantage of the opportunity as well.
And through that, I'm starting to put people on.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me, because I feel like I ain't shit.
Well, that's
but also
like we ain't gotta be shit to put somebody else on. That's the thing. Like that's
amazing to me.
That's the community. So that's what I'm saying. That's another side of this. Imagine if we all started doing this for each other. Yes. And there's no ulterior motive. There's no animosity. There's no hate behind it. Look, the three of us right here just supporting each other. It ain't take much. Hey, Girl Scout cookies. You girls, you troop me. Okay, I can do that real quick. I can do that. They ain't cost that much.
I support men of stature. I purchased some items to put in my self-care basket. So it takes a village.
And
it really does.
It does. And this is a prime example.
Not only does it take a village, it takes a community.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, same thing. Village, community, but just that right there.
I'm all about supporting people. That I even support the local tea distributor. We're gonna call him a tea distributor.
Absolutely.
By giving samples out to people, and now the tea distributor now has some new business.
See, there you go.
How cool it is.
The tea, yeah. See. Yeah.
Shout out to the tea distributor.
Would you call yourself a brand ambassador?
Nope.
Would you call yourself a brewer?
Nope. I don't want no part.
No. Just a community resource. That's all.
Giving out free samples that I pay for, but
hey, but if you have helped other people out, maybe you get a discount on the next one. You never know.
Right.
They said that I can get a discount on some tea. I'm getting some free bags of tea, so I'll take it.
There you go.
And by doing that, we're keeping it within our community.
Yeah. I mean, we do buy tea within our community. I don't go to the tea store,
but that's where it starts,
it's a beautiful thing.
I support small businesses.
Support small businesses.
That's right, because small business is the backbone of the economy. Yep. And we're seeing it especially right now.
Tea is important right now. It's a lot going on, Yep. Yeah. So, little things like that. I think it's important. So I'm glad we're highlighting this.
Yep. I really love y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I loved this conversation too, because it really highlighted some things for me. And also I got to hear what you guys' perspective on it was.
Yeah.
So I very much appreciate it.
I ain't gonna lie, I was like, I don't know what David gonna pull out. Might be something crazy. I ain't know what you was gonna say.
You have a black business. Thank you.
Yep. So I don't know. Did you
shout out?
Yeah, what you got?
Okay. This business is located in, how do you say this? Laurel. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Laurel, Maryland. 358 Main Street, Laurel, Maryland. They're called More Than Java Cafe.
Oh, what you know about More Than Java?
You know what? A few of my friends been telling me to check them out because they say they got some good stuff. So
okay,
I will the next time I'm in Maryland. But I heard about them. You know about them? Why you ain't telling me?
I stop in there every now and then.
You just keeping stuff to yourself and not putting me on.
See, that's an example of no, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean,
I heard just what my friend kept telling me. A lot of my friends, it's like we go there. My coworkers,
Nah, it's a good little spot. It's a nice little spot. They hold it down.
She said everybody is so nice in there.
Yeah. I swung in there. Like I said, a couple times, just go in there, support, stuff like that. They used to do a lot of events and stuff like open mics and stuff like that, spoken word nights. It's a cool little spot. So when you come back to Maryland,
I'm going in.
Oh, hey, field trip.
Yes. Okay.
My friend said, "Oh, if you like bacon, egg, and cheese, which I do because I'm from Jersey, that's what we know. Besides pork roll, she was like, "Oh, you should try their bacon, egg, and cheese. It's so good."
Okay. So yeah, more than Java. Yeah. They down the street. Yeah.
From you?
It's not that far. Maybe 10 minutes.
You coming through soon?
You putting people on and stuff. I'll find out from the code.
Sorry, I didn't know you was about that Java. My bad.
I love coffee.
Okay, my bad. See how PA people get? They be getting all testy and stuff, David.
Hold. I'm not from PA.
I'm not putting that on you either.
I don't know if that's any better.
The state is not my state. I'm not claiming it.
Right. Also, when are you coming to Maryland to like actually live here?
I keep telling you, like
we are actually looking now for places. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to live in the nice area. I can't.
Hey, there's a house for sale right down the street.
Oh, we're not trying to buy a house. How you trying to move to California for good?
I know. Maybe rent till it come through.
I'm gonna go wherever my husband goes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where he is, but wherever he is, I'm going where he goes.
Y'all hear that, fellas? Y'all hear that?
They don't want this.
I'm saying.
A lot of emotions.
Yeah. So on that note, you're gonna leave it there before you don't tell them too much up front.
Right.
They gotta find out on their own.
Right. Don't show all your cars yet.
Yeah. Nah.
Anyway.
All right, so that was a good show. I think y'all know what it is. Till next week, we got everything right. Yeah. Till next week, just support. I think that's the one thing. Just charge everybody to support each other. If you got a friend, you got a family member around you right now that has a small business, support them.
Right.
It can come in different forms. It may be buying a product or a service.
It could be retweeting, whatever.
Repost, advertise, tell somebody.
Buying Girl Scout cookies from Troop 6232 in Eastern Pennsylvania.
There we go. We'll share it. I'll share the link. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever it is. I think if nothing else, give them an encouraging word.
Right.
I know that sounds cheesy, but sometimes people out here on the grind and they just need to hear like, hey man, let's keep it going. You're doing a good job. Sometimes from the people closest to us, that means so much.
Right. It goes a long way.
But if you got somebody who's trying business, don't hate. Don't be condescending. Don't tease, don't look down upon them. Like, if nothing else, just let them do what they do. Okay?
Right.
So I know we're talking about the big stuff, but that's a little thing right now we can do to help build community.
Absolutely.
So till next week, y'all. We out. Peace.